The auditorium buzzed with energy the moment we walked in, the kind of warm, excited hum that always fills a room when families gather to celebrate their children. Rows of proud parents and grandparents filled every seat, whispering, smiling, straightening programs on their laps. In the middle of all that noise and motion, my daughter Maya sat in the third row with the other award recipients, hands folded neatly, back straight, trying very hard to look calm even though her eyes sparkled with a quiet, trembling excitement. She was only 10, but today she was about to receive the Regional Science Excellence Award for her water purification project, something she had poured her whole heart into for 8 long months, every single evening. After schoolwork was done, every weekend from early morning to dusk, she dedicated herself to that project. We took so many trips to the library and the hardware store the staff began greeting us by name. I helped her build tiny prototypes, test her ideas, scrap designs, and start again when something didn't work. But the spark, the determination, the creativity, that was all Maya. She had something in her that couldn't be taught. A month earlier, I had called my mother to invite her. Maya is getting a major award at the regional competition Saturday at 2. I'd really love for you to be there. Her voice, tired and dramatic as always, drifted through the phone. I suppose I can make it, though Jessica's dance recital is that morning. I'll be exhausted. Jessica, my niece, my sister's daughter, was also 10, sweet and talented in her own way. But her big event was a 3-minute tap routine. Not months spent engineering a water filtration system designed to help communities without clean water. I didn't say any of that out loud. I never did. On the day of the ceremony, my mother showed up 15 minutes late, sliding into the seat beside me with a heavy huff. Traffic was terrible. Jessica's recital went long. I whispered, "Thanks for coming," but she barely glanced in Maya's direction. Maya turned around anyway when she heard Grandma sit down, a hopeful little smile on her face as she gave a tiny wave. Mom nodded once, already pulling out her phone, her attention drifting somewhere else. The ceremony began, moving through categories: arts, academic achievement, community service. Maya sat perfectly still, eyes forward, shoulders drawn tight with nerves. Last night she had confessed she was scared she might trip, or forget to say thank you, or do something embarrassing. I had held her hands and told her she would be wonderful no matter what. "Do you think Grandma will be proud too?" she had asked. I hesitated before answering, even though I forced out a gentle "of course, sweetheart." But deep down I knew better. I had spent 38 years earning conditional approval from my mother, always compared to my sister and somehow always falling short. And now, painfully, the same pattern had started again with my daughter, finally. The host reached the Science Excellence category. This year's Regional Science Excellence Award goes to Maya Torres for her innovative approach to accessible water purification. Maya rose slowly, smoothing her dress, walking to the stage with careful, steady steps, no stumbling, no wavering. She accepted her plaque and leaned toward the microphone, her voice clear and strong. "Thank you. I want to dedicate this to my mom, who helped me believe I could solve big problems." My throat tightened. The applause washed over her like warm sunlight, and she returned to our row glowing, holding her award as if it were made of glass. And then my mother said it, not whispered, not muttered, loud enough for the families around us to hear clearly. Jessica should have won this. Her science project was much more creative. Maya froze mid-step, the light in her eyes dimming all at once. Her smile didn't simply fade. It shattered piece by piece. Confusion flickered, then hurt, a deep hurt that no child should ever feel. She looked at me with wide, uncertain eyes that asked a silent question. "Mommy, am I not good enough?" Something in me snapped, not newly broken, but breaking free like a chain that had been strained for years. I wrapped my arms around her, pulling her close. "You're perfect," I said, loud enough for my mother to hear every syllable. "You're brilliant, hardworking, and talented." And Grandma just forgot who pays her bills. My mother's head jerked up. "Excuse me," I didn't answer. Maya trembled slightly in my arms, trying not to cry. The ceremony ended 20 minutes later. I took Maya out for ice cream and told my mother she could find her own way home. At the ice cream shop, Maya poked at her sundae. "Did you mean what you said about paying Grandma's bills?" she asked. I told her yes, every word. "Why do you pay them if she's so mean?" she whispered. I took a breath, feeling truth settle heavy inside me. I think I just figured out that I shouldn't. When we got home, I opened my laptop and pulled up 8 years of bank statements. 8 years of automatic transfers, electricity, water, gas, car insurance, her cell phone, groceries, and the mortgage I took over after Dad died. I added every number carefully. The total came to roughly $312,000, money I had been handing over while living in a rental, driving a 12-year-old car, and quietly letting Maya's college fund shrink, while Maya worked quietly in her room. I made the calls one by one, canceling every automatic payment. The electricity, the gas, the water, the insurance, the mortgage support. All of it. I felt no guilt. Just a cold, steady certainty. Mom called that night. I didn't answer. She texted accusing me of inappropriate behavior. I answered simply. What was inappropriate was telling a 10-year-old her achievement doesn't matter. 3 days later, my sister called. Mom's electricity had been shut off. "You've been paying Mom's electricity?" she asked, stunned. "Her electricity, gas, water, everything for 8 years, I said. "Why?" she asked. "Because she said she needed help. But family doesn't hurt a child who worked hard for something she earned." 2 days passed. Then Mom called using my sister's phone. "Mom has had no power or heat for 5 days, my sister said." "Then she should pay her bill," I answered calmly. "She can't afford it." "Then she can work out a payment plan. Or her daughter can help." My sister frowned. "Her daughter did help. For 8 years. To the tune of $312,000. Silence. "I didn't know," she whispered. "Mom knew," I said. "Every time the money arrived, she knew. And she still chose to crush Maya's moment." "You're being cruel," she finally said. "No, cruel is what she said to Maya. I'm being done." I hung up. Later, Maya looked up at me with worried eyes. "Is Grandma going to be okay?" she asked softly. I told her Grandma would have to make some changes, but yes, she would be fine. "Is this because of what she said about my award?" she asked. "It's because of a lot of things," I said gently. "But yes, that was the moment I realized I was teaching you the wrong lesson." She tilted her head. "What lesson?" "That you have to keep giving and giving, even to people who hurt you. That you have to earn kindness. And that isn't true. You deserve respect without begging for it." She thought for a long moment. "So you're not paying her bills anymore because she was mean?" "I'm not paying her bills anymore because she's an adult who can pay her own way. I helped her for a long time. She never appreciated it. And when she hurt you, I realized I was choosing her comfort over your well-being." She reached for my hand, her eyes soft and trusting as the truth settled between us. "I'm glad you chose me," Maya said softly. I pulled her close. "I'll always choose you." 2 weeks passed. Mom's power stayed off. Fee water was shut off 3 days later. She stayed at a motel, furious. The mortgage company sent a notice. 30 days to catch up or face foreclosure. Mom called me directly. "I'm going to lose the house, then contact a real estate agent. This is your father's house, your childhood home. It's a 4-bedroom house you live on alone. Sell it, buy a condo, have a money left over. You shouldn't have to pay your own bills." Silence. "Did you think the money was magic?" "I thought you were helping Beckos you love me." Love means showing up. It means celebrating your granddaughter instead of tearing her down. "I'm your mother and Maya is your granddaughter." The first words out of your mouth when she won a major award where that someone else deserved it more. Do you have any idea what that did to her? For the first time, Mom was quiet. She cried that night. I continued. "She asked me if she wasn't smart enough. Has done something wrong? If her project was not good enough?" A child who spent 8 months working on something meaningful asked me if she was a disappointment, base her grandmother couldn't be happy for her. I didn't mean yes, you did. You meant to remind her that Jessica is your favorite, just like you reminded me my whole life that my sister was yours. But here's the difference. I'm not gonna let you do to Maya what you did to me. What did I do to you? I almost laughed. You have no idea, do you? You don't remember the comparisons, the conditional praise, the way nothing I did was ever quite good enough. I built a business from nothing. I received a brilliant daughter alone. I paid your bills for 8 years. And the first time I asked for something, just asked you to be kind to my child. You couldn't do it. So you're punishing me by taking away me home. I'm not taking anything. I'm just not giving any more. There's a difference. I hummed up. Maya's school had a showcase 3 weeks later where award recipients displayed their projects. Maya set up her water purification stem, explained the science to curious parents and students, and beamed with pride. Mom didn't come. My sister did though. She pulled me aside while Maya was demonstrating her project. I took care of Mom. She's selling the house. Good, she found a condo. It's smaller, but she can afford it on her pension if she budgets. That's what she should have it on years ago. My sister looked at me. I'm sorry. I didn't know. About the money, about everything. It's not your fault. I could have helped. Should have helped. Maybe, but Mom never asked you because she knew you'd say no. She escaped because I had a harder time setting boundaries. Had? I smiled. Had. 6 months later, Mom showed up at our door. Narning just appeared on a Saturday morning. Maya answered, looking gun-stained. Can I come in? Mom asked. I nodded. She sat on our couch looking smaller, somehow older. She didn't touch her phone once. I'm sorry, she said finally. For what I said at your ceremony, Maya, you earned that award. Your project was incredible. Maya looked at me. I nodded slightly. Thank you, Maya said quietly. Mom turned to me. Andy, I'm sorry I took advantage of you. That canoe is nice. Smaller, but nice. I got a part-time job at the library. It's enough to cover my bills. I'm glad you're managing, I said, and I meant it. I understand if you don't want to seem. I do not want to see you, but things are different now. Maya comes first always. If you can't celebrate her successes without comparison or criticism, then you can't be part of those moments. Mom nodded. I understand. I'd like to try to do better. We'll see. It wasn't forgiveness. Not yet, but it was a start. Maya won another award at State Science Fair 6 months later. Mom came to the ceremony. When they announced Maya's name, Mom stood up and applauded, tears in her eyes. Afterwards, she hugged Maya and said, I'm so proud of you. Just that. No comparisons, no qualifiers. Maya hugged her back. That night, I updated my budget spreadsheet. The column where I tracked Mom's expenses was now labeled Maya's college fund. 8 months of saving what I used to send to Mom. And it already had $16,000. I looked at the projection. By the time Maya graduated high school, she'd have over $150,000 for college. She could go anywhere, study anything without drowning in debt, all because I'd finally remembered that being a good daughter didn't mean sacrificing being a good mother. Maya came into my office ready for bed. Can I see my award again? I pulled it off the shelf and handed it to her. She held it carefully, smiling at the engraved plate with her name. I'm good enough, right? She asked. You're more than good enough. You're exceptional. That's what Grandma said today. I heard. Do you think she means it? I think she's learning to mean it. Maya handed back the award. I placed it on the shelf prominent where she could see it every day. Mom, yeah, baby. Thank you for standing up for me. I pulled her close always. Every single time. Later, after she was asleep, I sat at my kitchen table with a cup of tea. My phone buzzed. A text from Mom. Thank you for giving me a chance to do better. I know I don't deserve it. I stared at the message for a long moment. Then I replied, we all deserve chances to grow, but actions matter more than words. I know I'm trying. That's all I ask. I set down my phone and looked around my small rental house. It wasn't big or fancy, but it was ours. And for the first time in 8 years, every dollar I earned stayed with us, building our future, securing Maya's dreams. My electricity was on. My daughter was thriving. And I finally learned that sometimes the best thing you can do for the people you love is stop enabling theons who hurt them. The award still sat in the shelf, gleaming in the lamplight. Maya had earned it, and I'd earned the right to protect it and her from any Onwo tried to diminish.